Hello friends, let's see today's topic, software architecture and design pattern. First of all, what is software architecture? Software architecture is a high level structure of software system that includes the set of rules, patterns and guidelines that the organization interaction and its a component relationship. It serves as a blueprint in ensuring that the system meets its requirement and it's maintainable and scalable. It's give the type. It's software architecture means it's a including a set of rules at that type. And in that software architecture, these patterns will be available: modularity, encapsulation, security, documentation, performance. Modularity means it's a this architecture divides the system into the interchangeable components and that can be developed or test and maintain. Encapsulation means it helps to hide the details of this component and expose only the correct information. Security means it's a measure the protect system against the unauthorized access. Documentation it provides the documentation of the system architecture and it's a communication and better understanding of the system. Performance means it's overall the software architecture to sure that the system meets the required good performance, such as it's a resource utilization and it gives the output. Types of software architecture: it's a blueprint for building software. Everyone knows the building architecture pattern, how it can be modified and how it can be to work. Blueprint for building software, showing how different parts fit together, interact, and it uses the development team and understand how to build the software according to customer requirement, and it gives the correct output. It means organize all the parts and all the themes that is called software architecture pattern, and this pattern will be tested and proved to solve different problems and arranging component in that customer requirement ways. Next, difference between software architecture pattern and design pattern. First of all, software architecture is a high level structure of the entire system and design pattern is the low level solution of the design problems. Scope means it's a overall it's a converse entire system and it gives a focus on individual components. And its a purpose means purpose is the software architecture pattern is establish overall the system layout, and in that design pattern it's reusable solution and use the problem within that the system implementation. Focus of the software architecture pattern, it's a system scalability, structural organization, and in that design pattern behavioral and structural aspect within the component. And documentation in software architecture involves the diagrams and high level design documentation, and inside that design pattern include the UML diagram. UML means unified motion language. Let's see software architecture pattern example: layered architecture, microservices, client server. Design pattern architecture is singleton, factory, strategy and observer. What is UML? UML is a unified modeling language or diagrams. It's a UML is a modeling language. The main concept of UML is to standard way to visualize the way a system has been designed, and it's similar to blueprints used in other field of the engineering. UML is not a